You know, an eating disorder is a funny word, isn't it? Think of this on a continuum. We got eating disorder, which may, in your mind, conjure up all kinds of things. There are people that get up every morning and you're thinking about what you're going to eat or not eat. Or you're thinking about how you're going to starve yourself, or you're going to be on the scale and you're totally preoccupied. It's a preoccupation. We did a survey a few number of years ago and found before somebody came to us, they had done on an average of probably 7 or 8 different diets before coming to us, because I like to help people lose weight and be healthy. I believe that's why we've written some books related to weight loss, and that we want people to be successful in how they look, and we want to be happy with themselves. But we also know that there's on the continuum of, we could say, disordered eating, maybe to begin with. Disordered eating in such a way that causes you not only that preoccupation, but the longer you stay in that, you see, an eating disorder will always take you farther and farther away from where you ever wanted to go. And you think for a while, because there's some funny lies with an eating disorder. It tells you, first of all, that you're okay or that you're in control, but the part of you knows you're not. But we want to let you know that if you're preoccupied and you're on that continuum, that after a while it gets really addictive and it ends up controlling you, and what you think that you're controlling, it ends up controlling you. We love to work with people that just, after a while, you realize nothing is working, and it's almost as though you give up, you develop this apathy. It goes, oh, I can't even care anymore. We want to hear from a few folks this morning who have walked a recovery journey, and in some ways is still walking a healing journey. Because, you know, recovery is not necessarily an exact destination point. I think there's a finish line in some ways we cross where we go, you know what, I'm never, ever going back to that old way. I'm never, ever going back to that old eating disorder, that old addiction. But we keep growing, and we keep growing, and our relationships keep growing. Our relationship with God, our relationship with others, our life purpose begins to expand more and more and more, because windows of opportunity keep opening when we get to a certain point in our healing and recovery. You know, the physiological side to an eating disorder is one I need to address briefly with you. When I say physiological, you know how it changes the body chemistry? I mentioned earlier 3 months of throwing up is going to change your brain chemistry. Okay? Do you know that CAT scans that are done on people with eating disorders look much like an addict's brain? The same areas of the brain, the CAT scan that are highlighted, like with the cocaine brain, are some of the same areas that are highlighted when a CAT scan is done from a long-term sufferer of an eating disorder. What that tells us is that cravings and brain chemistry is very, very altered and very real. Food will affect our personality.